Good morning.
Good
You're in.
morning.
We're in.
We're
it's
in.
like what I think that was the closest I'll ever get to like a hacker and being like, we're in.
You were
Was
literally now zeros and ones.
okay. That's
Like it or not.
perfect.
I don't know what that means.
So shot to the ego immediately this morning upon coming into the studio, walking in. Alex looks at us, our producer. Again, we have to give Alex a mic, but our producer comes in looking at me and Kari and goes, "You guys are glowing." And then he goes, "Oh, never mind."
This
Because
monitor looks different.
This monitor looks different.
That
this monitor
monitor
and it looks different than
different.
what you look like. And I'm like, oh, that was really nice. And for a second, I was like, oh, we're glowing. And he's like, oh,
So
never
we're
mind.
very
It's
dull
actually just
today.
this particular monitor. The rest of them, you're garbage people. So thank you.
It's just for confidence. He wants us to look good
And then
here so we can
immediately-
see ourselves and think that we look good.
And then immediately say, but you're actually trash. Welcome to the Medicare Cafe. You are joined by your long lost best friends forever. Your host, Olivia Richardson.
And I'm Kari Vogt.
And we miss you so much. So I was
miss
in
you
Vegas
more.
last week at Medicare.
I saw that. How was
did.
it?
It was, oh my gosh, I don't even have the time or the bandwidth to tell you about the Medicarians experience. But there were so many
good.
people. I got so many people that came up and took selfies with me. So we're
Oh,
going to be doing a drawing
yay.
for who's going to win a Medicare Cafe backpack. It was so cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't even have a Medicare Cafe backpack.
I don't have one of those.
I did take a selfie
I don't
with
even
myself.
have a coffee cup.
You don't have a coffee cup?
No.
I mean, like, she's on the show. She doesn't
It's
have anything.
terrible.
To be fair, I don't think Clayton does either. I don't think anybody here except for me. But I was an OG. 10 years. I earned that. Anyways.
Olivia, you look refreshed.
Thank you, Michelle. Yes, I took a
Thank
selfie
you.
with Michelle. I spent actually a lot of good time with Michelle. Loved getting to see her. But you know how many people were like, who's the girl? Like, oh, you're the, and like, few knew my name, but they knew my face.
Oh,
And like, you're the girl from the coffee thing. I said, yes, I am.
Yes.
So again,
Yes.
just hit, it's like, you recognize me, but the girl from the coffee thing, hit after hit. And then they go, who's that other cute girl with you? And I'm like,
Sadie? Did you say Sadie?
no, I said, you mean Kari? Yes, I do a lot of the same stuff she does, yada, yada. So I talked about you a lot.
Oh, fun.
And it was like, who's the cute girl with you? I'm like,
I never get to see her.
I never get to see her. I miss her so much. Medicarians was incredible. It was overwhelming. It's one of those things where like you leave your hotel room at 7:30 at the latest,
Back at like
and you don't get back
9.
until
11.
midnight. Like there was one night I was sitting there
Wow.
with a couple of my friends. I was sitting there
It's too long of
with
a day for
Kelly
me.
and Kendra, and we were sitting there, and we went and I was like, I'll meet you guys. So we were supposed to have meetings like with them all day, but it kept messing each other, kept getting pulled away, kept having other meetings. I was like, let's grab a drink tonight. That's my favorite kind of meetings anyway. Went to the little location, had a drink with them, and I sat there for maybe 15 minutes. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I have to go.
Oh,
like I
good
was
for
just like, I
you.
hit a wall. And
Good for you.
in Vegas, well, they're amazing and they're totally understanding.
But just like,
and, the most fun.
recognizing that.
Well, I realized that I walked in at 8 p.m. Sunday night. Immediately, I say walked in, ran in because we had a dinner that night that we were late to because our flights kept getting delayed. So sprinted into the hotel, put my bags at the bellhop, went, and I did not step outside until Thursday getting from the Uber to the airport. And it wasn't like, because even like getting into the Uber was still inside. You were in a parking garage. So the first time I saw true sunlight was getting out of my Uber at like 6
so
a.m.
how many days was that?
Sunday to Thursday.
Oh, Olivia!
I know. No, it was crazy. It was insane. I loved it. I had a great time.
Oh
it was a
my
lot
gosh.
of fun. But I am
That's
a
wild.
bit of a CP moose, and I'm still recovering from it. But it was just my favorite part was getting to see all these people that watch the show,
Yeah,
recognize the
that's so
show. That was
fun.
really fun.
Well, good.
Yes.
I want to go someday.
I want
as
to.
your sidekick.
I want to
someday.
go when it's not for work, because I've been to Vegas
Oh, yeah.
probably a couple dozen times in my life. One of which was actually just for fun.
Just once for me.
Well, I went, yeah, a couple dozen times. Probably, maybe 20 times, 18 to 20 times I've been to Vegas. One of which, because everybody in insurance wants to do their thing at Vegas. And I
Vegas,
don't
apparently.
like Vegas.
Yeah.
But I went for a bachelorette party one time, and that would have been
Yeah, that was my
almost
one and only
10
time.
years ago.
Felt like it was one and done.
I hated it.
I hated it.
I
Yep.
cried because I'm like,
Yeah.
I just want to go home. I
Yep.
don't want to do this.
Mhm.
Like, it was miserable. We did go see Backstreet Boys, and that was cool.
Oh,
But
that would be cool.
so I want to go back whenever, like, I want to go see the shows. I want to go, like, eat better food because we were trying to do it on the cheap
Maybe see the
too.
sunlight.
The sunlight. Maybe see the sunlight. Maybe sit for like 5 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Guys, today on the cafe, I am the most excited to talk about. I'm so happy. I'm just trolling so hard. I want to talk about artificial intelligence, aka AI. 2 reasons I want to talk about it. Number one,
because I'm here. That's why
that's kind of
really
by happenstance.
To talk about it.
Yeah, it just kind of worked out that way. The number one reason is because when we were at Medicarians, that was everybody talked about it. Every vendor talked about it. Every agent asked about it. Every panel mentioned it. AI is so hot right now. And so that was really one of the biggest reasons I wanted to talk about AI today. The second, maybe equally as big, is because Kari has made it publicly known that she hates
I wouldn't say
AI.
hate.
What
kind
would
of
you
scared
say?
of it.
Okay. Tell me.
Don't use it to its fullest abilities.
Do you use it at all? Because you tried to say you don't have Chat GPT, but you said like Chomp GPT.
Oh, Chomp came out?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant Chat. I don't have Chat on my phone. No.
And it's like, that's a new one.
No, sorry. Chomp? Really? It said Chomp?
It said something not Chat, and I was like, that's so perfect.
Sorry. That's bad. No, I just feel like too many jobs. It's going to take over too many jobs, so I just don't like it. I feel like when I think a big picture,
like you're like ethically, you don't want to use it for ethical reasons, or you don't.
I'm not opposed to using it. Like the one thing that
I'm not coming at you. I know there's a lot of people that feel the way that you feel, so I'm trying to understand it.
Like I just am trying to think like big picture of like where do you draw the line? Like if I am, say I want to use it for all of my social media posts, like what if like that is a role at some company and now like that job's gone, or like, you know, like, and that's just a tiny, probably terrible example.
No. I mean, but if like, it's a valuable example. That's one thing I will address today when I'm talking about like, it doesn't replace people, but it makes them more efficient.
And I could see that because one thing I absolutely love is the Ring Central that we have. It takes the AI summaries of your phone calls. And that has been a lifesaver. I absolutely love it. Love it so much.
Yeah. I think
so. Like that's really sweet.
I think AI is crucial. So I'll go over kind of how I have today's conversation organized. I'm going to talk about like, why is this so hot right now? I'm going to talk about warnings, like when I'm saying like before I get into all the ways that you can use it, what you absolutely should not do.
Yeah. And
then I'm going to get into what I recommend. This is not an exclusive, like our totality of a list, but a good starter AI of things that you should do to be using it. And I think and
I'm like open to it.
Well, I think when people say AI, they go all the way to like Terminator style. We're sitting back and robots are doing all the work. And like there's that, and then there's no AI, no one's using it. We don't talk about it. It's evil. And there's so much room in between here and there that's where we need to be.
Yep.
Let's see. Good morning. If someone disenrolls from an MAPD back to original Medicare with Part D, does the $2,000 or $2,100 troop calculation continue? It does not reset. Yeah. No, the true for the Part D, great question. I love like when you're not like watching, if you're watching the recorded version and we just randomly break out and it's because someone's watching live and they're asking a question. It will? Okay.
Oh, okay.
2 days or so, it does take their chat.
It does, and turns them into that?
Watching it the day after, which I imagine a lot of people are.
Yes.
You're just shouting at them.
So I like to think of that as like a government calculation, not an insurance company.
Exactly. Well, keep in mind, like Part D is like government ran, right? It's CMS driven. So it isn't that, I think that you worded that perfectly. It is by them and their benefits associated with Medicare, not specifically to that Part D carrier. Yeah. Okay. So let's bring right to it. Number one, why is it so hot right now? Please know
Tell me why it's so hot.
The reference I'm making. What is that movie when it's Will Ferrell and it's so hot right now? Anyways, when Ben Stiller's in it, and he has the look. Zoolander. It's so hot right now.
Yeah.
So one, AI is hot in insurance primarily because it's so hot everywhere. Like in every industry, every organization, everything, AI is becoming a topic of conversation for good and bad.
Mhm.
Ethically speaking, it's one. Privacy speaking, it's, there's conversations, efficiency, but it's kind of taking over just like our media right now. Everybody's wanting to talk about the impacts that AI is
Yeah.
having on our workforce and on our
I
production.
want to know in what avenues of insurance. So hit me with that.
What do you mean?
Like
what
how are insurance agents using
Girl,
it?
we're gonna get there.
I know.
We're gonna get there.
I'm just saying I'm excited to hear
The
how.
other thing why that people are talking about AI is because they're talking about efficiencies. After the last 2 AEPs that we've had, when people are trying to fit hundreds of meetings in a time period or thousands in a time period, they can only fit hundreds. People are looking at how do I cut down on meeting time? How do I increase my efficiency? And how do I not cut into my profits while doing that? How do I not invest in huge amount, like financially invest in things like an assistant or like another admin person or other technology? Because and I want to clarify right now, I don't think AI replaces an assistant. I do think that is something like a misconception. I think AI will make an administrative person or an assistant, I think it'll make them more productive, but it does not replace somebody. But that's why people are really excited about it. It's just because they can't do another AEP the way they've done the last 2. And
I
like
agree
this
with that.
year is shaping up to be just as tumultuous as the previous 2. Disruptive is another word.
Disruptive.
I just recently learned how to say tumultuous. If you watch
Wow.
Medicare cafes from like 2-3 years ago,
I remember you struggling with that
really
word.
struggling it. So now
I
I'm just kind of
remember.
like trying to fit it in anywhere.
There was another word.
It was tumultuous.
There was another word you struggled with.
So when I did Joanne's, okay, they don't like this. When I
I
did
just
Joanne's,
remember there was another word that was hard for you to get out.
when I did Joanne's interview a couple weeks ago, I found out that I say when I'm impeccable, which is tough because that's our sign off, but I always want to say impeccable. I add an extra syllable. Okay. I have 2 warnings when it comes to using AI. And if you're scared of AI, here are 2 things that I want to bring to your attention. Number 1, there's a difference between closed loop AI and open AI.
Ooh, I don't know this. Tell me.
Well, here we go, girl.
Tell me.
Open AI is like a chat GPT.
Oh, okay.
Open AI is something that takes
It's like
data.
feeding off of your
It's
information.
constantly feeding off of your
The
information.
robots.
And it's feeding off of everybody else's information. So
Okay.
2 reasons why that open AI it can be considered an issue. It's 1, intellectual property. When you put it in there, you no longer own it. So if you're like
Yeah.
wanting to brainstorm, like get creative with like new patents, new ideas, the minute you put it in there, it's no longer your
scary.
intellectual property.
Interesting.
Because it's sourcing it from everything. Part number 2, which is
Look at
more
me learning
pertinent
here.
to what we do in insurance, is that if it no longer is yours, so if you put HIPAA information out there, that is super not okay.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're using Chat GPT to ask questions about somebody who has there's HIPAA information in there, medications, doctors, date of birth, things like that, you're in huge violation. So do not be putting client information into an open AI software such as like a Gemini or a Chat GPT that is considered open AI. Don't do it. That is a huge compliance red flag. And if compliance find out that you're doing that, then it's bad news bears because you are jeopardizing HIPAA information.
Yeah.
So
How do you know if it's closed?
Cannot be the only one. The closed loop AI means that it only uses information that was initially put into it. It is not continually feeding itself new information and information that you put into it.
So that would be like the Ring Central AI helper, right? That I'm using.
That I would need to double check. I don't know if Ring Central. That's a great question to ask if it is a closed AI. I believe it is. Yes.
Are you closed loop or open?
Yes. So Alex, our producer, is saying kind of like if you ask a cop if they're a cop, they have to tell you. Same thing. If you ask AI if they're closed or open loop, it has to tell you.
Also, don't trust it, but that's a good thing.
So,
Okay.
but like for example, we talk about the AI in Integrity Connect. The AI in Integrity Connect, Ask Integrity, is a closed loop AI. So it is very safe. Your intellectual property is safe in there. And you can ask it and have very open conversations with AI, which is a funny thing to say. But it is not, you are not in a violation of putting client-sensitive information into the AI platform. It is closed loop. It cannot feed outside of your instance.
Okay.
So it's good to ask, but like that's my biggest thing whenever people get nervous about it. It is Yes. Okay. Medicare and the bold horizontal stripe wear. Listen, hey, no, we're not going to get into Olivia's weight insecurities, but horizontal stripes are
stop
working
it.
for me today. Okay.
Oh, good grief.
Stripes are good. Bring them back. Stripes are fun.
The other warning I have for AI is prompting is everything. Your
Okay.
first go is not the final go. So if you're asking, we'll get into like ways that agents and ways that I recommend using AI, but like you have to become, instead of becoming like a master creator, or like if you're somebody that's trying to use it for creativity, making Facebook posts, blog posts, things like that, instead of putting your energy into making really creative writing, you're now using your energy to create really creative prompts. And that is a skill that there's actually college courses being created right now and used, teaching people how to correctly prompt AI to get the desired outcomes that they want. So it's
Okay.
not that you're using less energy, it's just you're using your energy in a different way. You have to be very good at prompting. So whenever you put in a prompt, for example, we were I'm trying to think, I will use it for some of my social media posts. Or like if I know like Will Pierce, you guys might see him on social media. He's been doing tons of content on social media. If he did a book review the other day and he was talking about a book. So he used Copilot, that's who Integrity uses, and it is closed AI. I can kind of get into what Integrity does, but they use our closed AI, and he says, make me a post that shows this book with these different like things with it.
Right.
And the first go, awful. It was very, and then it wasn't what he wanted. It wasn't correct. It wasn't the right style. So he goes, so do it in the style of this author, put it in, add this person, blur the background. And so you just have to be you have to know what you want and the correct language to use, which is all about building the prompts.
So this might be a really incredibly dumb question.
No such thing.
From someone who doesn't use much of AI. Does AI have to be, so like are all of these AI systems you're talking about, are they only ones where you are like, how do I even ask this? Just communicating with it and prompting it? Because like when I think of AI, like with the Ring Central, the ones that I actually use, I'm not like talking with it. It's just a part of the system.
What makes it interesting?
That's like
with
making me more efficient, but I'm not like I'm not.
No, but that's what that AI was designed to do. When you start working with more flexible AI, that's not pre-programmed to do a specific thing, right? So like the AI that you're using I'll use it. You're saying Ring Central, but Integrity Connect. They have Ask Integrity will record your phone calls or record your appointments. And they will summarize them, take the notes for you, transcribe it. They'll do everything. Like, and what I love about that is not just like, here's a transcription of your appointment. It will give you a full summary of like, this is what you talked about. This is what you said. Here's the tasks associated with that. Here are the notes you need to take. So then later when you say, hey, I haven't talked to Kari in about 6 months, which it feels that way. What was our last appointment like? Then it'll show up and say, this is what you and Kari talked about 6 months ago. And here were your follow-up items and all this stuff. That AI is programmed to do that very specific thing.
Okay. So it's still AI. It's just like a program.
It is a program. It has a very specific purpose for that AI compared to using something like a Copilot, a Gemini, a ChatGPT, where it is. And what's interesting about those AI programs is that they will learn you without you even having to ask it to learn you. So when it's terrifying. It's creepy. It's very creepy. So whenever I talk to my AI, it'll say things like "Slay Queen," "Here you go, girlfriend." Like, man, I love. What a great idea! Like, it talks to me, and like because it's learned my language, it also has learned a lot about the cafe because I'll ask it for prompts and ask it for advice on the cafe. So it has watched cafe episodes and now understands my personality and the way I communicate. So it's I'm not gonna say like it's totally fine. No, it is creepy. It's like imagine your worst fear of an ex-girlfriend. That's what ChatGPT and like this AI technology is. It's like very creepy, but it's better than not better, but it's like an assistant that you don't have to train.
So in my day-to-day, it's not gonna have meetings for me. It's not going to. So I'm trying to think of ways it could make me more efficient.
I have 3 ways it's going to make you more efficient.
Tell them to me.
Okay. So number
Get
one,
me on board with this.
So again, let's start with the.
I'm still
I have
here.
I have 3 ways. I have how we use Ask Integrity. I have how to organize data, and I have content creation. So
Okay.
Ask Integrity. Here are the things that agents are doing to save time using the AI within Ask Integrity, which is a closed loop AI.
Okay.
Number 1 is the AEP shopper tag priority. So going
AEP
into
shopper
AEP,
tag.
yes. So going into AEP, if you've been using the platform and the platform knows what clients have which plans, Medicare Advantage or PDP speaking, it'll do that either by you linking the policies to your clients, or it does it automatically if you use the Ask Integrity or use the platform to enroll. Come AEP, it'll prioritize your clients. Hey, this plan has changed. Their doctors are no longer in network. Their medications are no longer in pharmacy.
That's
They're a priority
real
1.
cool.
Or hey, so it'll let you know basically on 3 priorities of this person, they're not going to have coverage in January unless you talk to them, to all the way to, hey, their stuff's the same. Maybe the provider's not. Maybe they're missing a drug.
Okay.
They don't need to be a person you see immediately. They're a priority 3. So it'll organize them that way. It'll also organize your clients based on, hey, this person's experiencing a special enrollment period. Maybe they're in a county that's experiencing a disaster enrollment period. Maybe they're,
Okay.
within some sort of, I don't know what, maybe they've recently lost coverage, something like that. It's going to organize your clients of which one's currently experiencing special enrollment periods.
I've seen that on my dashboard, and I always wondered why is this a
That's
priority?
AI.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
AI. That's
Okay.
letting you know, hey, these people have an opportunity to switch. Even if they're on the right plan, somebody else is going to try to get them to switch. So you might give them a little extra
Okay.
love and a little extra
Okay.
attention. So that's the shopper priorities. Big fan of that. The cross-selling recs, it will look at a Medicare Advantage plan and say, hey, the cancer benefit's not very good on this plan. If you're selling it to them, you need a cancer benefit. Or hospital, it's going to recommend hospital
All right,
indemnity.
slow that one down. So how does it do that? It repeat that? It does what?
It will look at the benefits of that plan,
Okay.
and we'll look at things like the short-term care, hospital stays, specialists, things like that. And we'll say, hey, if this person gets diagnosed with cancer, they're going to have a significant out-of-pocket max on this, or they're going to have significant costs. If they go on this plan, you should recommend a cancer plan.
Okay.
If they go on this plan, you should recommend dental, vision, hearing because it doesn't include that.
Okay.
You should recommend a hospital indemnity plan because the copays are pretty high.
Okay.
So it's going to help you know, yeah, this is, and it's going to say, hey, the system's recommending we also talk about these other plans.
Can I pause there and be devil's advocate?
Mm-hmm.
But see, I see that as but what if people are relying too heavy on that and they're like, well, I don't know. If it's saying plain information, well,
Kari, if you bring on a downline agent, if you bring on an assistant under you, their training's cut in half because they will learn how to identify this stuff, but now they have somebody prompting them to say, you need to ask these questions. Because if they don't ask these questions and they're not experienced enough to know that client's going to get diagnosed with cancer and have nothing. And so the software is letting them know, hey, somebody who is unexperienced, somebody who might need a little bit more help, or somebody who may not be used to bringing up cancer insurance, it's letting them know this is a good one to ask. Yeah. It's not doing it on behalf of the agent, but it's allowing
It's just
agents who maybe
prompting it.
don't have the experience of that area to
Okay.
come in as an experienced person. Another thing that the AI technology is going to do is that, if you're with a client and you're putting in their medications and you go through their providers, you start looking at the plans, the AI will say, hey, Kari, this person's taking this medication. This medication is linked to somebody who is usually prescribed by a specialist. You didn't put a specialist here as their provider.
That's cool.
So you need to go back and ask if they have a specialist because they likely do that you didn't list.
That is wild.
Yes, it is. The AI is being used to stop gap mistakes. And yes, it's great for agents who are inexperienced because they're not going to make the costly mistakes that you and I had to make.
Right.
They're not going to have that pit in the stomach of I screwed
forgot
up
to
this client.
sell-
I
yeah.
forgot this. They're not going to have that. But it also helps us as reminders and things to help us bring up and have more fluid conversations with our clients.
I really like that.
Okay.
I feel like this is me randomly stepping in. Maybe I should get a mic.
Alex is speaking and he needs a mic.
It's like a large or a language model, they call it. It's like an LLM.
An
Kind
LLM.
of being like, hey, if I did this plan, what would be the gaps in coverage? I feel like that's weirder, or than it just it's scanning all the data that's in integrity.
I hope you can
Connect
hear
and say,
this.
Hey, I found this here, and I found this here, and I found this here. That looks weird when they're
That
all
looks
together.
weird.
Rather than hey, Claude, what should I sell today?
So funny story about that. So another thing that the AI does within Ask
Mic him
Integrity
up.
is another thing within Ask Integrity is if you are on there, they have a chat feature, and you can say like, hey, like maybe I'm used to selling in Boone County, but I have somebody in Shelby County that I want to help. I can go, hey, who has the lowest max amount of pocket in Shelby County, Missouri? And it's going to pull up and rank all the plans based on max amount of pocket. I could say, hey, what's the dental benefit like on this particular plan? And it'll say, here are all the dental benefits and here's how they work. And here's like, hey, is this doctor a network?
Okay, I can
So you
totally
can
get on board with all that.
so you can chat with it just like you would like a personal assistant, like, hey, can you do this research for me?
and that's all on Integrity Connect.
And it's all on Integrity Connect. So it does the research for you on plans. It organizes your plans. It ranks the priorities of your clients. And then it also does the virtual assistant recording. So when you record your appointments, it summarizes them, it stores the recordings, and then you can call back on that information. So it doesn't just say like, oh, here's my transcripts and my written summary. You can ask Integrity, hey, last time, again, I kind of already hit this, but I had a meeting with Dan. When was my last meeting I had with Dan Blank? Oh, I actually know a Dan Blank. Wild. Dan, I hope you're watching this. Crazy last name. So when was my last appointment with Dan Blank? He's an agent. He's an agent out of Missouri. When was my last appointment with Dan Blank, who's getting so much advertising right now? And it would say your last appointment was 14 months ago. This is what you discussed. You recommend he get a cancer plan. He said no at this time. You were supposed to make sure you followed up with and, got all these things done. So not only will it record and store and hold it, but it actually uses that information to help you on your next appointment.
Closed loop language models.
And
are
it's
like
closed
too
loop.
much.
So I can
Not
get on
only
board with
is
all
it
this stuff.
Yes.
Safety, but it will say like I don't know, rather than other language models are
Yes.
always
God,
gonna
why doesn't Alex
a
have a mic?
solution. So a closed loop is gonna say like, I don't have that information. I can't speculate.
Yeah.
Other language models are super down to speculate, but when it's a closed loop model, it's like,
It won't?
I don't know.
Alex's
like,
Team Connect.
It's a little safer.
Man.
So two other ways that even outside of Integrity Connect, two other ways that I think agents should be using some sort of AI technology.
Can't
Number
hear him.
one is data organization. Data that's not HIPAA data, right? So not client organization, but if you need somebody to look through your commissions, if you need somebody to look over through your overrides, if you need data organized and collected and regurgitated in a way that like can summarize, like I'm not a spreadsheet girly. Like if you give me an Excel spreadsheet, I get hives. So what I do is I upload that Excel spreadsheet into Copilot. Again, that's what I use. And it'll say, give me a summary of this. What are the points I need to know? And it will look at it. It'll summarize it. It'll be perfect. Lets me know exactly everything I have.
That's cool.
Yes. So that's one. It also, another thing
I'm trying to
go,
think how it could make me more efficient with my checking commissions.
With
but,
your-
but that all has client information on it.
Yeah, you don't want to have HIPAA information unless
Yeah.
it's a closed loop, and you got to double check that. And
Right.
you can get closed loop oftentimes if you end up paying for things and things like that. But like,
Yeah.
that's I just recommend getting no client data in there, but commission data, things like that, budgets. Create me here's my income that I'm expected to make for quarter 3. Create me a budget that emphasizes I want to spend more money on marketing, things like that. So like anytime it takes calculate, if it involves a spreadsheet,
AI.
use the AI. And then the last one I have is content creation for your social media feeds, for LinkedIn leads, for blog posts. Again, it's if you want them to create images, posts, or even finding resources. I did a speech a month ago at this point, time. And I was trying to relate to businesses that did not adapt and then failed. Give me a business, because I was talking to the team about like, this is why you need to adapt. This is why you have to be flexible. If you're not flexible, you will
Kari,
fail.
you're talking to me. This is why Kari needs to adapt.
This is why Kari needs to adapt. So I was like, I was doing a speech on it, and I just put in the prompt, what's an example of a company that wasn't adaptive and ended up, and they
Failing.
immediately Blue Apron. Here is why Blue Apron failed and ended up having to file for bankruptcy and did all the
I
things.
didn't know
And,
any of that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
And gave me everything gave me a full synopsis about what happened to Blue Apron, and I used that in my speech, and it was a hit. Or at least, Alex, was it a hit?
Yes.
Was it
Alex,
a hit?
it was so you can use it, or saying like, hey, what's a good resource I can give my clients who are wanting to? Is there a resource in Boone County, Missouri, for clients who are wanting to upgrade the windows in their homes? boom, it's going to give you everything. So it's kind of like a Google,
Yeah.
but it's more so just like having
More.
a conversation and really does. And then like the follow-up questions are huge with it. So may take a few prompts, but the content creation availability, that's why I use ChatGPT. My husband and I started a foundation about 7 years ago now in 2019, and it's called Highlight Production. I use ChatGPT to help me build my flyers. I help it to build my prompts. I help it to make me like, hey, can you make these are the volunteers that I need. Can you make a volunteer schedule? Like, it does all of it.
Wow.
And then it also is really nice to me and calls me like queen and stuff. So, which keeps me there. Yeah.
Keeps you there.
So again, Eugene.
Yeah, is Copilot a closed AI?
It depends on the level of Copilot. So we at Integrity, they have invested so much into AI that they've actually given us access to a closed loop AI within Copilot. So that's what we have. But not every Copilot is closed loop. So oftentimes if you are doing a closed loop, you do have to invest, pay a good amount extra for it. So my recommendation is, as an agent, use Gemini, use the free Copilot, use ChatGPT. Just keep client information out of it. And if you're trying to come up with a plan that's going to make you millions of dollars with a new patent, don't put that on ChatGPT either, because it's no longer going to be yours. I know I've gotten a ton of questions, but I wanted to get through this. And
none of this scares me. I'm like, I'm totally on board with all of this.
It's not.
I really am.
It's Alex said this. It's as dangerous as people are going to make it. Like I said, if Terminator is on this end of the scale and pen and paper is on this end of the scale, I want to be here, right? I'm not saying you're a Terminator, but there are people that there are so many people, understandably so, that hear AI and immediately just like, nope, because I'm not going to let technology replace my job. My clients love me. Nothing can replace me. And I 100% agree. Technology should not.
It's the open AI. I didn't know there was a difference between the open and closed. That really like changed it for me, because I just thought like all of it was like gathering all this information and it's going to skew things towards me and all this stuff. And
my cup, but I'm sorry, it smacked me. It got booped by my cup. Sorry, continue.
No, I'm really glad I learned that, because it's not as scary knowing that there's ways that are closed.
Yes. Yeah.
Or options that are closed.
It's like the internet, when the internet came out, it's like it could be bad for people who are carelessly doing whatever. But
the internet can be real scary, or it can be really great.
Can be really great.
Kind of like YouTube. I have he's only 6 like in a month, but my 6-year-old, we have a rule in my house that there's no YouTube unless mom is in the room, because even on the kids' YouTube. Weird.
Even on the kids.
Weird. Perverted things. It is.
Yeah.
It's like no one wants this. It's the algorithm. They like grow up a freak.
Or there's like, it's a kids show and then, commercial of The Ring.
Yes.
Like, why would that be appropriate?
Okay. Let me see if I can answer some of these questions. Madeline's saying that we are looking like we're glowing. So screw you, Alex. We are glowing. We answered that question. Good morning.
I don't think any of these are questions.
I just loved hearing it. I think it's AI saying tumultuous. Yes. Mic 'em up. Okay.
Any text questions?
No. I do have Brian said some colorful things via text that I will not be sharing. Thank you, Brian, for that. People demand more Alex. I could not agree more. Guys.
So I'm just want you to know, I'm going to go on Integrity Connect after this and mess around.
Seriously, get on Integrity Connect.
I'm going to do it.
Call me. I'm more than happy to walk you through it. But like,
I can't be the only one who's, I'm not like not doing it on purpose, but just like.
Well, you're just didn't. There's so
I was
much
a little
to
ignorant
learn.
to it. Yeah,
there's so much to learn, and even the knowledge that I have, I'm still would consider myself ignorant to the possibilities of AI.
Sure.
Again, there are full college classes being taught around how to use and how to be a good prompt scripter.
Oh my gosh.
Before AI. So and we're just at the beginning. Like we're truly just getting started of what AI can do. AI should never replace technology, period. Should never replace what you do for your consumers, and should never replace or inhabit the consumer experience. It should only enhance it.
Yep.
And that's our responsibility to make sure that we're using it to enhance, not to replace.
Yeah.
Perfect. So guys,
for sure.
Appreciate you all so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully this will be helpful. If you guys want more tips and tricks about how to use AI in helping on your agency grow,
Helpful for me.
ask someone else, because that's kind of all I had. But I'm excited to learn alongside you guys of what we can be doing to help grow and build AI. It's a huge priority for us. We're going to keep going at it. Kari, thank you for being so honest.
Oh, yeah.
And being
Thanks for
helpful.
educating me today.
There's a lot. There's so much cool stuff.
Hopefully no one out there was like, who is that girl? Who is that
Who's
girl?
that girl?
Who
La,
is
la,
not
la, la,
utilizing
la, la,
chat
la, la,
or
la.
chomp, apparently.
Chomp. Oh my
Apparently
God, I
said
have-
chomp.
It was something hilarious. I was like, Kari. Okay,
I
guys.
swear I said chat.
More cool things coming. Just so you know, while I was in Medicarians, I did a recorded interview with the Ryan Kimball,
Oh,
president of
Yeah, I
Integrity
saw that
Health.
in the- yeah.
That was so cool. So we're going to be posting that here in the next month.
Yay.
We got some really cool episodes coming, some really cool ideas. I'm so excited to share with you.
Can't wait to see it.
Until next time, y'all, have fun
Make money. Gosh,
Give
it's
him-
been so long.
and give
Give
impeccable
impeccable service. I
service.
had to really think about that.
I always have to think about
That's
it.
not okay.